Yo, what up, Street Talks? There, Kim from the Air Kim blog. Alright, so this is something I was thinking. Sometimes in life, we often think how bad something is and how difficult things are. So this is obviously a natural thing, and it's a good thing that we protect ourselves against calamity. But a thought that came to my mind is this. Asking yourself, why aren't things worse? So for example, with this whole zombie apocalypse, you know, like, life's become a little more inconvenient, but it's actually interesting because I was in Cuba like a few months ago and whatever, and what I found very interesting was life in Cuba, even though, you know, right now we're going through times of scarcity, was still way less accessible in terms of just goods than we have now. Because like, for example, in Cuba, right, like, people ration toilet paper. It's something that people generally do. It's hard to find toilet paper, hard to find anything. Yo, in America, we still have Amazon Prime, we still have the internet, we still have streaming. So I'm like, the thing that I'm surprised that, like, I'm surprised that there's actually not like looting and pillaging happening right now. I think there's some places happening, but you know, for the most part, life goes on normal. And this is the way I personally deal with calamities is whenever shit hits the fan, rather than bemoaning like how bad it is, yeah, just ask yourself, why isn't it worse? So I think I first got this thought from like Nassim Taleb's Black Swan. It's essentially like, you know, during the financial crash, during the huge financial crash, or no, maybe bad and Procustus. So basically, yeah, people, you know, there's a crisis during the stock market dive, and people will say, oh, it's so bad, but then no one ever asks, why isn't this worse than it should be? And so in life, it seems that whenever a calamity befalls us, it's kind of not a productive, not a generative way to kind of sit around and kind of complain how bad things are, but maybe figuring out, like, you know, it's the whole, like, I guess optimistic thinking is asking yourself, why aren't things worse? And then thank God things aren't worse, because they could have been way worse. So for example, you know, I try to think about this too. It's kind of more of like a psychology trick. Like, let's say I lost my wallet. I'm like, oh, this sucks, right? But I might think to myself, oh, thank God I didn't lose like my social security card, or, you know, thank God the guy didn't rob me and shoot me or stab me or something like that. And so it's just kind of reminding you that, you know, life often sucks and life is often difficult, but just remember that there's so many scenarios in life where it could be so much worse. And so this is just kind of like one of those mental training and stoic tips that help me personally go through life. And then just kind of realizing when life is difficult and asking yourself, why aren't things worse? Then, you know, you kind of flip the switch and you're like, okay, things are tough, things are difficult right now, but what resources are still available to me? So for example, my local gym that I usually go to, it closed down, and I'm like, oh, that sucks, you know, whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a gym in my building, even though the weights or the equipment is not as good as the other one. I've just been like hacking together a solution, and it looks like it's working pretty good. I usually do like powerlifting style, like high weight, low reps, like 1 reps, single reps. And now I'm just going for lower weights and like maxing out my reps and just doing it for fun, and I'm actually pretty sore, so I might not even lift until like a few days later. And the other day I was just walking around the downtown and then found there's actually a gym, and the gym is actually even better equipped than my old gym. So I'm like, huh, maybe should I just get a membership here? And it's actually technically closer to my house. So I think this is interesting because, you know, when life gives you shit, make lemonade, essentially. And to think that in times of calamity, it could kind of give us a chance to reevaluate our situation and what's happening, what's going on. And to think about, actually, is there a way that I could actually adopt a better strategy? Is there actually ways that this has actually improved my life and made things better for myself? And Sometimes it doesn't, truth be told, but sometimes it does. And I think it takes some sort of like maybe mental courage for us to discern the two and to reflect and meditate on the differences. So yeah, so that's just the turbo thought that, not the day, I have lots of thoughts every day. But just kind of think to yourself, whenever shit hits the fan, why aren't things worse? And then, even though I'm in a bad situation, is there a hidden way this could benefit me? Or like, how can I turn this disadvantage into a positive one? And if I try to find a new solution, is this calamity actually the opportunity for me to figure out a superior solution? So for example, I think ever since this, a lot more people are working remotely, for example, right? So there's probably a lot of jobs where working remotely doesn't make sense, but there's probably a lot of jobs that actually makes a lot of sense working remotely. And I bet you there's now a new lot of industries where they're like, why don't we just always work remote instead of having to deal with the stupid commute? And so maybe these times of calamity, it kind of is allows us to reshuffle and to re-challenge the standard way of doing things. And through the chaos, it kind of reshuffles the atoms a bit and allows us to think of novel arrangements that are actually, in fact, superior. So it seems like the goal is for us to advance ourselves, for us to always find better scenario situations, modes of living, techniques, whatever it may be. So yeah, maybe one of the best things that comes out of this calamity is I've actually found a better gym with heavier weights. Like my old gym, the dumbbells only go to 100. This one's the dumbbells go up to 120. So now I have a new fun goal is I want to do a 1 rep max at least of 120 pound dumbbells. So that's super duper cool. And yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for that. And also, even right now, I think it's probably the best time to start a website, blog, because you're stuck at home, you have all this free time, you ain't gonna do anything anymore. So maybe you just go bluehost.com, install wordpress.org, have fun with that. Starting your own YouTube channel. There's probably, holy moly, I bet you right now, there's so much people watching YouTube or reading blogs or podcasts. So yeah, right now might be a chance for you to start writing, become a poet, to blog more of your photos, to vlog more of your thoughts. It's a brave new world out there, and it's up to you whether you decide to risk it or not.